I didn't have a lot of downtime this weekend. I was pretty tired all weekend. On Saturday, I woke up, worked out, started laundry, washed my hair, twisted that up, came downstairs and ate. And by the time all that happened, I only had maybe an hour or so before I had to get up and leave again. I had a manicure appointment because I knew I wouldn't be able to go during the week. I actually prefer going during the week because I just don't like having a manicure take up a chunk of my day, and it can be at the beginning of the day or the middle of the day. So I went down there, which, you know, is not necessarily close to my house. It's about 30 minutes away that I go to get my manicure. I'll try and show it to you later when I'm not driving. And then, because she's so meticulous and I have her do different things, that takes a couple hours. Then I had to drive home, change clothes, and then I headed out to my brother's house because he and his wife were having a gender reveal party. And so I was there for a while, which was not work, but just like you're out, you're socializing. They are having a girl, which is what they thought all along. So that was exciting. And it was also my dad's birthday on Saturday. So we had some cake for him on Saturday with the gender reveal cake. There was like a gender reveal cake and a cake that my mom bought him. And then last night, or yesterday, I woke up, I had a raging headache, like it was making me feel nauseous. It didn't even work out. I woke up, pulled it together enough to go to the store, get the things that I needed for the week. And then I came home and ate and tried to rest. I thought I was going to take a nap, but I didn't. That's my fault though, because I got Starbucks. Ate, watched a little bit of TV, did a little bit of work, like I think I graded. That's what I was doing. I did a little bit of grading. And then we went to dinner for my dad's birthday. We went to a steakhouse and came back for dessert. And I purposely graded yesterday because as tired as I am, I was tired from 2 o'clock on Saturday. Not even 2 o'clock, I would say before that. From 1 o'clock on, like, I think because I woke up with such a bad headache and I just wasn't feeling well on Saturday, I just spent all of Saturday feeling really, really tired. And I didn't even go to bed Saturday night, technically Sunday morning, until like after 1, because I had to edit the vlog that went up this past weekend. This person driving is really concerning to me. I lost my train of thought. But basically, I've just been tired. And so yesterday, I dragged myself to work to do some work because I'm really trying to, when winter break comes, be in a place where my grades are caught up. There's nothing I need to do because when we get back from winter break, progress report grades are due. And I really just need, I think, a good solid 2 weeks of rest. No working. None of that. So I'm even contemplating for those 2 weeks, like just not even being on social media. So that was how my weekend went. And now we are here to start a new week. And this Friday is the rally. I think I feel anxiety for that. The weather is a little iffy. It's supposed to rain tomorrow and I think possibly Thursday, but it's supposed to clear up on Friday. And I really hope it does so that we can get this rally done, get it in the books, and see how it goes and move on with our lives. Which means I think this week is going to be a lot like last week. I don't know how much vlogging I'll be able to do or checking in because I'm teaching. Then right after school, they have dance practice. And so my prep periods, which is when I normally would check in, I'm really focused and trying to make sure I use my time effectively. So we shall see. Surprisingly, I had more footage than I thought last week, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but we'll see with this week. So it's 7:15-ish, like I said. I'm at work. See you later. Okay. I don't know what time. Oh, it's 3:30. I'm outside, and the dance girls are supervising an activity, and it looks like what they're training them to do is just know their spot regardless of where they are on the courts. So we're having this rally outside on the basketball courts, and so the girls that have choreographed it are like counting to 10, and by the time they get to 10 they have to be in their actual position regardless of their location. It seems like a good idea because it's just forcing them to know their position no matter where they're at. And in the meantime, I'm trying to figure out how to be productive with my time outside. So I have my Chromebook. I'm going to try and grade some essays, and then there's some other students. One of the MCs is here practicing his lines. Let me see if I can show you. So you see she has them all the way on that side. And where they're at right now is not where the rally is going to be. The rally is really going to be kind of where these kids are standing. So that's what's happening. Dance practice, getting ready for the rally, and I'm trying to do some grading. So if I have the energy when this is over, I'll go back in class and I'll show you what we've been doing in history. Because that's really what we've been focused on, and everything else has been us reading All Your Twisted Secrets. They're not getting on their spots. It is 5:06. I'm in my closet. I just got home. And luckily I don't feel as tired today at this moment as I have been lately, but nevertheless I remain tired. I didn't get any footage taken. No, I take that back. I took some footage while the kids were like practicing for the rally. I'm not sure if I'll use it because I'm not even sure of the quality because I was outside and I was on my phone, and I hate vlogging on my phone, but I was trying to get like some snippet of them practicing because like the 8th grade girls were like, it looked like they were running a drill of some kind to teach the other dancers how to get to the mark that they need to be on. So I took some footage of that, but we'll see if I use it. And that's all I was able to do. I thought I would show you what we did in history today, but I haven't. Maybe tomorrow, but just in case, it's basically this lesson. Did I talk about this yesterday? I don't know, guys. If I did, I apologize. It's basically a lesson where they're looking at Alexander Hamilton and Thomas Jefferson, and they understand that both these men work for George Washington, and the two men, as we said in my class, have beef. They don't get along, and so they get to read these letters that each of them have written to George Washington in response to a letter that he's written to them in regards to the tension that is going on, and they're supposed to read those letters and then like gauge what their personality is. And I think this happened last year, but the kids just really don't like Hamilton in his letter. Like they just can't stand the fact that he starts off referring to himself as the victim, and it just puts them off right away. And they like Jefferson better after reading his letter. They don't think that he's perfect, but if they have to pick between the two, they always seem to pick Jefferson. And so I asked along the way as we were reading these paragraphs and talking about what these two men are saying in their own words, like if you had to pick an adjective to describe Hamilton or Jefferson at this moment, what would it be? And for Hamilton, they were like, one kid said he was a jerk, which of course this is not an academic word. So then they were like self-centered. Then I taught them the word narcissist, and like we talked about what that is, but basically they didn't have anything positive to say. And in both classes they felt like, based on what Jefferson wrote, that he was just, at least he wasn't perfect, but he was at least more rational and more logical, and that those were words that they were using. So tomorrow they'll kind of finalize their thoughts and then give some text evidence. And then we did that. I showed them the resources I wanted them to have for the next portion of their story, their extended writing project, just showing them how to use dialogue, how to make sure they use it correctly, and a resource that talks to them about different ways to end their story. And then we read All Your Twisted Secrets. That's what we did. And so at some point I hope to show you that. But right now I'm in my closet. I am trying to just figure out what I'm gonna wear tomorrow. It's supposed to be cold. And then I'm gonna do something that I have not done in a long time, which is kind of annoying. And it's part of the reason why I just feel like off. And that is cook. I haven't cooked a meal since like Thanksgiving break. And because I've been busy or it's been a holiday. So I'm gonna cook, but I wanna know what I'm wearing tomorrow so that I can cook and then finish cooking and then come upstairs and work out and then shower and eat and hopefully still have some energy to do some grading. So I'm just in the closet right now. I don't know what I'm gonna wear as of right now. I just know that I need to be warm. I'm kind of thinking about, wearing this sweater. Because in California, when you have the opportunity to pull out your sweaters and wear them, you just want to take that opportunity. And in fact, I am going to do that. Because I want to be warm. And this doesn't need to be ironed, so that's already a step in the right direction. So I just have to decide what pants I want to wear. And then I'm going to go downstairs and start cooking. And maybe I'll show you. I probably won't show you me cooking because I just want to be focused. But maybe I'll show you the, what do you call it when you cook? The meal that comes of that. So that's where I'm at. Okay, it's 7:15. I have lost my train of thought. I have just finished cooking dinner. I was a little delayed because right when I finished talking to you guys, a family friend called and we were talking for a minute. But this is what I made. This is the finished product. It looks really good. It is from Green Chef and it is steak and butternut squash salad, excuse me. So I'm gonna eat that plate tonight. These are the leftovers, and then I guess this is probably stuff that goes on the salad. There's cheese, there's toasted hazelnut that I made, and then there's this dressing that goes on the salad. And I have been watching Harlem while I've been doing that. That is an Amazon original movie that stars Megan Good and some other actresses that I honestly am not familiar with. It's like Sex and the City, but in Harlem, and I'm really enjoying it. But now it's time for me to go upstairs and do the next thing that I'm dreading, which is getting on my Peloton. I will say though that I do feel better having cooked. I think some of the mood that I've been experiencing is just me not doing things that I normally do that make me feel like I'm taking care of myself and living some kind of a balanced life, and cooking is one of those things. And so I do feel better knowing that I'm going to have a proper meal for dinner and I'm not door dashing something or scrambling, putting things together. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the vlog for today, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, it's 7:41 on Wednesday. I'm gonna check in now because I always have the best of intentions and it never happens. So I'm gonna show you very briefly. I don't think I showed you at all this lesson that I've been doing on Hamilton versus Jefferson. This comes after the lesson that I did on the Federalist versus the Anti-Federalist, both of which came from the Stanford History Education Group, or as SHEG, as some people call it. And the purpose of this lesson, or the central question, is what were the differences between Hamilton and Jefferson? So aside from one being a Federalist and one being an Anti-Federalist, also it has them look at just their personalities and what kind of people the students think they are after reading their letters. So the first thing that they do is they read this textbook excerpt about the two men that basically just says that they politically didn't agree with each other, and they strongly disagreed with each other. And it just tells you that this came from a textbook titled The Americans Beginning to 1914. And then you just kind of ask the students, and I asked them, I don't think I showed this to you guys. I had them answer 2 questions that came from the lesson on a Jamboard, instead of just having them write it out on like a chart or something. So I made a Jamboard for each class, which is what I normally do, and I just put the question up there. And again, if I'm repeating myself, my apologies, like my brain is all over the place. So the first question was, in your opinion, what is the biggest difference between Hamilton and Jefferson? They responded to that question using a Post-it. And then the second one was, give one reason why some Americans would have supported Hamilton and one reason why some would have supported Jefferson. And so I know for me, my goal is to make sure they can also synthesize some information they've learned before, because the textbook excerpt tells them that the wealthy elite, typically people from the North, would have supported Hamilton, whereas the farmers in the South were more likely to support Jefferson. And so I said, why would the people in the South be more inclined to support Jefferson, aside from the fact that there were more farmers there? Like, really, why were there more farmers there, and why were those kinds of people more inclined to be in the South? Like, and hopefully they connect the idea that slavery was happening in the South, and so you had a lot of people building wealth off of like things like that. And then we did that the first day, and that was it. Then yesterday we read the two letters from both Hamilton and Jefferson. Both of these are written to not Thomas Jefferson. Both of these are written to George Washington. The first thing that they always have you do in these lessons, but especially with this one, is they want you to source the document so that students understand that this is a letter written by each individual, and that the letter is dated on the same day. So the first one that I discussed briefly while I was in my closet last night, the first one that we read is from Hamilton, and then the second one that we read is from Jefferson. And like I said, I read one paragraph at a time. I usually read the paragraph twice, and as I'm reading it, they know that their purpose or their function is to highlight and annotate and try and put in their own words what the letter is saying. And as we went through that, I said, again, if you had to pick an adjective to describe these individuals, what would you say? We left off there yesterday. So today what they're going to do is they are then going to take all that information, and they are going to really answer some questions and decide what kind of person they think each individual is, and then cite it with text evidence. So the questions they have are, we've already answered this one, they'll just have to write in their answer. Why are both Hamilton and Jefferson writing to George Washington? Based on both of these letters, what seems to have been happening in George Washington's administration, and how can you tell? Then they decide which letter is angrier, and then find a quote to support that claim. Pick an adjective to match each man's personality and find a quote to support your claim. So they put their adjective there and the text evidence there. And then they're checking for corroboration. Who do you believe started the fight? Based on what they wrote, whom do you trust more, Hamilton or Jefferson, and why? And so we'll do that. I'm not sure how long that'll take them. We'll see. And then when we finish, I'm going to show them let me see if I can just bring it up this way. The cabinet battle number 1 from Hamilton, which is here. I just have it linked. There's 2 of them. I find the first one to be the better of the 2 and more like applicable to this lesson. And so I know I have a couple of students that'll be excited about that, because they keep saying, you should play Hamilton, as if I've not thought about that already. And I know that they have a preference between the 2 battles, and I would assume it's the first one, because I think the first one's better. If we have time, I'll show them the second one also. So that's what's on tap for history today. And then language arts, they'll get some time to work on their narrative, and then the rest of the time we're going to read All Your Twisted Secrets. We're about halfway through, guys. That's how long it's taking us, but they're still enjoying it, and that's really what I brought this book in for the enjoyment factor of it. But you know, obviously there's other things I have to teach before we can do that, and this time is the perfect time to do that, because I don't want to start something before going on winter break. So that's what's up today. It is 7:47. I have about 10 minutes left before class starts. I'm really trying to get some grading done. That is my focus. Today I have to stay after school once again. And today we're having a good chunk of the leadership kids stay after school with the dance people, and we're going to start practicing the rally in preparation for Friday. And I've never had after school practices before, but like I said, this class really seems keen on that idea, and it's not a bad idea, and I figured since I'm here anyway, we might as well do that, and the dancers know their dance, and now it's just kind of, we need to spend some time integrating them into the rally so they feel comfortable with that as well. So that's what the plan is for today, and more than likely, the next time you see me, it's going to be about 5 o'clock, and I'm going to be ending the vlog for the day, so I'll see you then. I was just about right. It's 4:59, just about 5 o'clock. I'm getting ready to go home. We practiced after school. This time we practiced with the dance team and a chunk of the leadership kids that could stay after. And we went through the whole rally at least once with the dance team coming in and doing what they need to do and all of that. And for the most part, it went relatively smooth. Like, it wasn't something that made me go like, oh my God, we're nowhere near ready. So we have another practice after school tomorrow. Hopefully a couple more kids can make it. And we also, I have a student that is going to be in charge of making a balloon arch, which means I need to get the helium tank. I need to get a helium tank tomorrow. So let me write that down. Helium tank, and I need to email regarding posters. And then Friday is the rally, so now the kids are getting a little nervous. I was asking a couple of the kids on the dance crew, and they're nervous about the idea because we have 2 rallies. One rally is all of 6th grade, and then one half of 7th grade. Any language arts homeroom teacher goes to the first rally with the 6th graders, and then the second rally is all of 8th grade, and homeroom teachers that teach math come to that. And so the kids were saying they're nervous because, you know, maybe they've performed before, but this is the first time that they're performing in front of people that actually know them. So I told them, you know, just to think about what I had said earlier when we started practice, and basically just letting them know that no matter how good we do, there are going to be people that are going to want to make you feel like you've done something poorly, like you didn't do a good job, like it wasn't any good. And we will know, like after every rally or performance, like the people involved know what they felt like went well versus something that they wanted to do better with. So we'll know what we thought needed to be improved upon, and you know, we can talk about that. But I said, aside from that, if you know you did well, you need to just acknowledge the fact that those people are going to exist. They're going to say something to you, and that's more about them feeling self-conscious, them wanting to tear you down, them not having the confidence to do what you did. And so you got to let it go in one ear and out the other. So that was that. And then I also had to have some other, like I had, like, this is, no, I don't know. I'm glad we did the leadership or the personality survey very early in the school year with leadership. I think I shared that with you guys because I had to have some conversations with some group of kids today that really boiled down to people's feelings being hurt or people being frustrated or irritated because of like communication styles or lack of communication. So I feel good about the fact that we were able to talk through that, and the students that I talked to felt like the conversation was productive. But it was nice to be able to say like, hey, like you're this colored personality and these are your traits, but maybe you're talking to someone that is this colored personality, and those two communication styles are totally different. So you have to be very like clear about your intent when you talk to somebody. And then in language arts, we listened to some more of All Your Twisted Secrets. My afternoon class, my switch class, like anytime 2 of the characters kiss in this book, and it happens a few times because these are high school students, they just literally like lose themselves, like just like they lose it. Like just like that nervous laughter, that awkward laughter. And I had to tell them today, like, guys, it's kind of embarrassing. Like, come on. My homeroom class will read it. They might, like, one person, well, not even that. I think the first time there was a kissing scene, they were like, oh my God. But then after that, they got over it and they just don't even really react to it. And the 2 classes always want to compare themselves to each other and say who's better and who's not. So I was like, in this regard, homeroom is just a little bit more capable of handling this than you guys are. And they were trying to say, oh, it's just like, it's funny or whatever. And I was like, okay. So we did that in language arts, and then we wrapped up the lesson that I talked about this morning. Both classes, I think, did a really good job discussing it and being able to justify what they thought and why they thought it. I really was hoping to get some footage of that, and I actually had my camera in my hand at one point, but then I got distracted helping a student, so I didn't get to capture any of that. And then I showed them the Hamilton clip, the cabinet battle, the rap battle 1. And that's it. We also, Miss Lawrence and I are having a joint holiday party, and we are going to share. We're not sharing. I don't even know what I'm trying to say right now. That's how tired I am. We're gonna have a joint holiday party. And we're gonna have a gift card exchange in each of our homerooms. Like, that part won't be joint. So the kids were told everyone's bringing a $5 gift card to wherever they might want a gift card to. And then everyone that brought a gift card will get a gift card. There will be some kind of exchange. I haven't worked out the details as to how we're going to do that. And then we'll have like a joint party where they can intermix classes and eat. And so they're signing up for, I didn't really want that there, signing up to either bring a main dish or side dish or a dessert using Sign Up Genius. And then one of our classes will have all the desserts, and then the other one of us will have the main dish or the side dish. So that will be not this Friday, but next Friday. So I just made this little flyer using Canva and posted it on their Google Classroom, and I also shared it with parents so they had access to it as well. And then I also gave the Sign Up Genius. So they have that there. And obviously I won't click on that because that has student names on it. So now I'm gonna go home. I was supposed to go to happy hour with Liza and Taylor, and I'm forfeiting, which is ridiculous because I have to get things done before we go to winter break for my just sanity, and I just need to get some things graded. So I'm gonna go home, work out, and grade. So, and I'll probably have to stop at Party City to see if I can find myself a green tutu for Friday, because Amazon is not gonna get here on time. But that's how the day went. All in all, a good day. So yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow. It's Friday, and what time is it, Taylor?
4:30.
It's 4:30. Okay, let me gather my thoughts. I forgot to vlog yesterday, and I don't feel like they're getting the full effect of my little headband. There we go. There's this. I forgot to vlog yesterday because life has been crazy, because I've been at school for all hours of the day, it feels like.
What's the Heritage?
No. And so I was like, I'll just vlog today, which is Friday, the rally day. And as you can see, I haven't until this point. So we had a rally today. It was a Color Wars rally. So every student and staff member was encouraged to dress in their house color, which is why I'm wearing green gloves, a green shirt, these things. There's a tutu on. I have some, knee socks. I had stickers on my cheek that said "Go Green." So I did my job. I brought it. And I bought this stuff because we're gonna do this every year. This will be the first rally, so I was like, let me just get it now. And I also have a bunch of cornstarch on me. I haven't seen the back, but I hear it was a mess.
The side is really, and your is on the side.
Oh yes. Because I was in the rally. It was an Avatar themed rally, and what was I doing? Was I saving the world?
You were the avatar that disappeared when they needed you the most.
Yes. The world needed me the most, and I disappeared in a puff of smoke, aka cornstarch.
In balloons.
In balloons. And so that's what this is. And so we had two rallies. One covers all of 6th grade and then half of 7th. And the second one covers all of 8th grade and the other half of 7th. And I was at the first rally. Taylor wasn't at that one. And it went really well in terms of the crowd was into it. They were hyped up. And as far as like my kids and how they performed, I think there's just like fine tuning we need to do in terms of like timing and scripting, but at the same time, they've never done a rally before. So I think given that, they did well. All the anxiety I had about having it outdoors, actually wasn't really an issue. The sound, the battery's gonna run out. The sound was even better to us. Like Taylor and another teacher said they actually thought it was better having it outside than indoors. Yeah. And then the second rally came and it just was predictable because the 8th graders just, they're too cool to even let you know that they might like something that you're doing. So the crowd was a little bit on the dead side, so the leadership kids felt bad. But I said, guys, that's just the way that it is. I wish I could say more. It's just been a busy day. I'm just thankful that it's done and that I can go home. I obviously can't take any footage and share because it's a bunch of kids. Taylor said she thinks overall it went well.
Definitely went well.
And I'm tired and the battery's gonna die at any second. So I'm really just here to close the blog and to celebrate the return to normal work hours next week.
Yes. That's all we can say. You made it.
I made it. That's all I have to say. And now I'm gonna go home and figure out something really nice to eat. And we're gonna pick up next week and hopefully I'll be more articulate on Monday when you see me. So I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Again, I don't know what it's gonna look like because it's been a whole week. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. If you're not following me on Instagram, you can find me at Smarty Style. You can find Taylor at Styled in the Middle. And until then, we will see you next week. The week before winter break. So happy weekend. See you guys later. Bye-bye.